Hello everyone, Officer Brick here, and in this video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've decided that I'm going to showcase all of my primary emergency services minifigures and a couple of the secondary as well, and then some of the levels of government that operate in my city. Lately I've shown a lot of my fire apparatus and my public works department, but I've sort of failed to show you the fire department minifigures. So we're gonna just go through all my emergency services department by department. That way you can see what I've got in my city and sort of maybe the little backstory that comes with each and every one of them. So let's dive into this. All right, so first up we have my firefighters, and we've seen a lot of the fire apparatus lately, but we haven't seen much of the firefighters, so I'm gonna just sort of take this time to introduce you to my firefighters and sort of tell you who's who and what they do. So I guess we'll start on the right hand side here. You can see here we have the fire chief. He's got the smoky gray beard, and he's been on the job a long time, knows his way around, knows the city quite well, and he's always looking to help train new firefighters. And he's got his trusty dog Spot, the Dalmatian. Yeah, I know the name's not very original, but hey, that's just the way it is. And then next to him is my second in command. He's the fire captain, and more often than not the fire captain, he's suited up, he's on board the trucks, and he's going into the buildings alongside the other firefighters and specialists. Yeah, you know, he's got sort of the same looking torso. He's got the white fire helmet. The white fire helmets for me sort of signify command. So that's why they have the white helmets. And then next to him you can see these two minifigures who have these headsets on. Now these headset pieces are kind of cool. They're removable. I got these on eBay, but basically these guys are the dispatchers. They work in the different fire houses or fire stations. I've got two. I've got my custom fire station, which is the large one, which I'll be showcasing soon, and then I have the downtown fire brigade. So basically they're taking all the calls, and they're also sort of acting as a receptionist as soon as you walk into the building. So yeah, and the torsos they have are basically those torsos are from the they're from the 90s, really. They were part of a set called Rescue, R-E-S-Q, and I always liked, you know, those sets. So I thought it worked, you know, and in the event of a catastrophe where the fire department needed more staff, these minifigures can also sort of act as an auxiliary team. And then moving on here, the next firefighter is one of the engineers from the fire truck. She drives the large aerial unit, and then just next to her is my other engineer. He drives the fire truck. He drives the well, the fire truck. He drives the pumper, and he's always skeptical of everything, as you can sort of tell by his facial expression. So I like it though. And then next one over here, you can sort of see we have this firefighter. He's got that microphone headset, and then he's sort of got on his legs what looks like rappelling gear. So he's sort of involved with all the technical rescue aspect of the fire department. There's a lot of rescue and light rescue work. So he's the firefighter who'll be hanging off the edge of a building trying to rescue people from a high-rise or wherever. So that's, and he'd be driving my small light rescue truck. And then next to him, the next 4 firefighters here, they're the entry, they're the specialists, so they do all the entry, and yeah, they'll be the ones going in to the building with the Scott packs and the gear. I've only got 2 of them with the tanks and the Scott packs on at the moment, but like I have enough for all of them, obviously. But yeah, and of course they have all the black helmets. So yeah, that's what I wanted to mention as well. These firefighters are considered the regular force, I guess you could say. They're not the auxiliary; they're the paid guys. Whereas next to them we have these other 2 firefighters here with the red helmets and the beige turnout gear. They're sort of more a volunteer fire department. So I have them sort of driving around maybe in my brush truck, my brush engine, and they're called upon as needed. And I wanted to use those torsos, even though the majority of my fire department had the nice black torso with the black fire helmets, but I did want to use those other firefighters. And the one on the end in the yellow sort of specializes in wildland firefighting. So again, he's another specialist. So yeah, that would be my team of firefighters, and yeah, I'm quite happy with them. Okay, on to the next. Okay, here we have the medical and paramedic rescue teams, and the lifeguard. Figured I'd just get everyone together here. So starting from the right, these 2 on the right in the shorts, they're the paramedics, although, well, they're the lifeguards, but they can also be paramedics if need be. They're sort of trained and can be an auxiliary. So if I needed to stick them in an ambulance, I could. And then the 2 guys in the center here with the dark blue pants and the red jackets with the Star of Life on front. Those 2 are my regular paramedics, so they're the ones who would be responding with the ambulances. And then just next to them, these last 2 in what are meant to be sort of red flight suits, they're in the helicopter, the air ambulance that I featured. So obviously we've got one who's the pilot, and got that new helmet and that new screen. I really like that look. And then you have the other one who's the paramedic that sits in the back with the patient. So yeah, basically my paramedic and my rescue team, that's essentially who these are, and they look pretty good. And next we have what is meant to be the Coast Guard, and the one on the right here is sort of like a beach patrol, so he might be seen driving around in one of the UTVs, the white Coast Guard UTV, and sort of patrolling the shoreline, whereas the other 3 are working out of a helicopter, the large Coast Guard helicopter that I have, the Jayhawk. So the pilot is the one with the microphone, and he sort of got the gold wings on his torso. And then next to him on the left is the diver, who is either sweating or just getting out of the water. And then on the right of the pilot is our crew member who works on the helicopter. She could also maybe be a co-pilot. And yeah, I really like the look of these ones. And let's move on to the police now. Okay, well, here we go. Here are the police. And this one kind of looks familiar. Officer Brick. Yeah, this is my police department, and there's quite a few of them, as you can see. Oh, I'm actually missing a couple. Here we go. Put them in. And so I'm gonna sort of go through them, I think line by line, just to make it easier. First of all, we can sort of see here, starting on the right, we have the police chief. Yeah, looks really good. And probably wondering what these white shirts are. So they're sort of meant to be like the sergeants or the supervisors, and they work either in the station and sometimes on the beat. And then next to them, we have the officers in the blue uniform here, and they're just your regular beat cops. So yeah, like Officer Brick there, you would just see them out patrolling the street and just trying to deter crime and keep the public safe. And then next, I'll just sort of move into the next line here. We have a few more beat officers, and then you can sort of see we've got this one officer who's sort of looks like a motorcycle cop, but he's got the blue sleeves on his shirt. So he's sort of meant to be kind of like a special events police officer. You probably maybe see him driving around on the ATV, patrolling the beach, patrolling whatever event may be going on. So that was sort of his role. And that was sort of my thinking as I've seen some police officers and some police uniforms. They sort of have that event uniform where they have like a polo shirt with the blue sleeves. So that's sort of what I was thinking with that figure. And then next to him, we have our motorcycle cops, and they all look pretty good. They've got that sort of that leather jacket and the classic police helmet there, and yeah, they look pretty good. I gotta admit, I do like the looks of those police helmets. That's from obviously from the Lego movie from Bad Cop. But these aren't bad cops. All right, and then next we'll check these guys out next right here. You can see here on the right we have what's meant to be my police detective. So he'd investigate basically all the all the major cases, and works in and out of the police station, and he's been on the job a while, starting to grow a little gray. And then next to him is what's meant to be my crime scene investigator, kind of like my CSI, and she's got the large magnifying glass, always looking for clues. So yeah, that's who these guys are, and they work very closely together. And then finally, we got the last line here. We've got a few different ones in here. So starting from right to left here, we have our traffic wardens. So they've got the light blue torsos, and they'll be the ones who are out directing traffic all day long or all night long or whenever the case may be. And they've got the white gloves and the white caps so that people can see them. And then right next to them, we have the canine unit. So we have our canine officer, and she works with this what's likely a German Shepherd. However, the dog doesn't have a name yet, so if anyone has any suggestions for a name for the dog, by all means leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you're thinking. And then we've got our special unit here, and familiar face. You can actually see that's Chase McCain and his team. So yeah, they might be called in for, you know, maybe some kind of bank robbery or some heist or hostage situation. And these vests are pretty cool. I ordered these off of eBay along with those helmets. They came with a lot of accessories, but I don't really intend to use a ton of the accessories. I don't need a lot of firepower in my city, really. I think just that look is suitable enough. And then next to them, last but not least, we have what's sort of meant to be a dispatcher, but he's also a technician who might be working in the mobile command center. So yeah, you'd probably see him maybe in the police station working communications, or in the mobile command center driving the truck and working in the truck, and yeah, just acting as a technician, trying to help out the officers whatever way he can. And last but not least, we have the mayor of my city. So on the right here we have Mayor Brickberg, and to the left we have Councilwoman Click. So they're basically members of the government for my city, and typically find them at City Hall. A lot of the big decisions get made through them, as well with the fire chief. So you have Fire Chief Brickenridge and Police Chief Turner. See, I'm getting more creative now. So yeah, these are my minifigures who govern the city, and hopefully they do a good job. Otherwise, they're out. All right, that's everybody. So that is my emergency services departments that operate in my Lego city. Now my Lego city, I'm still sort of piecing it together again. I decided to completely change my layout, and somewhere down the line I will be doing a video to showcase my city and what's in it. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed having a look at my emergency services personnel, as well as meeting the mayor. And I'll be back soon with more content. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to drop me a comment. And hey, my police canine dog, I'd love it if we could name him. So by all means, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know if you have a good name for the dog, and I'll see you in the next video.